Welcome to Global Affairs video tutorial. Today we will be discussing the economic instruments of foreign policy. Here we go. Modern states are politically and technologically interdependent. This means states which exist within modern world, that is, within the current time, they are politically, economically, and technologically they are interdependent. Uh, they rely upon each other for resources and the commodities that enable them to uh, develop and sustain their economies. So one can generally conclude from this premise that there is no state that is self-sufficient. We have no such self-sufficient states in this modern globalized world. And one can ask why modern states are interdependent. What make them to be interdependent? What forces them to be interdependent? And for this question, Hollists uh, argued that for a state, it is impossible, it is difficult to achieve their needs at domestic level or at national level, since a state has many needs like technological needs, economic needs, political needs that cannot be attained at domestic level. So in order to fill this need, uh, states make a kind of dependency with other states. So this need creates dependency between states or among states. And the economic instruments can be used to achieve the foreign policy objective of states. These instruments that we are going to see in the middle of this presentation, these economic instruments can be used to achieve the foreign policy objective of states. And a state may reward or punish states through such economic policies. So in this case, a state may use the carrot and the stick style, that is the reward and the punishment style, using these economic policies. Here, some of these economic instruments that control over the flow of goods between countries are tariffs, quotas, boycotts, embargoes, and aid. These are some of the economic instruments. And on the other side, we have loans, credits, currency. Manipulation can be used for a reward as well. So economic policy are used as a punishment or as a reward. Uh, and from this, tariff means it is a duty imposed or it is a tax imposed on imported goods to be paid by government. Tariff generally means this is a type of tax government impose on imported goods, and almost all foreign made products coming into a country are taxed for the purpose of raising revenue. So it is the law of a country, it is the law of a state that government always imposed a tax to be paid from these foreign made products which are imported from the outside world. So these products can be, it can be a car, it can be mobile, it can be clothes or processed foods. Anyway, all foreign made products uh, are responsible to pay this tariff. So the tariff structure can be used effectively as an inducement or punishment when a country stands to gain or lose important markets. The next one is quotas. Quotas is related with when government or when a state limits the quantity of good or the quantity of product that will be imported into a country. And here in quotas, we have two limitations. One, the government limits the amount of or the quantity of the products to be imported. And the other limitation is the government limits the time given or the time given to sold that product within a specific territory of a state is also limited. So quota as is related with time limitation and the quantity limitation by government. And this is another instrument of foreign policy which serve as economic instruments. The next one is boycott. Boycott is related with this is when a country refuses to buy goods of a specific country. That is, such type of states eliminates the import of uh, the country under boycott, either a specific commodity or the total range of exports product sold by the country against which the boycott is organized. So boycott is almost related with when a state refuses to buy good of a specific country and when a state eliminates imports of other states. This is a kind of boycott and it serves as economic instrument of foreign policy. The other one is embargo. This embargo is related with um, when government puts some restriction on trade of a given country. So a government that seeks to deprive another country of goods prohibits its own businessmen from concluding this transaction with commercial organization in the country against which the embargo is organized. So this type of economic instrument is organized by government, and the government of that state limits some trade barrier or trade obstacle or puts a kind of limitation on trade. They restrict some trade, uh, and embargo is related with this idea. Foreign aid, this is a transfer of maybe money, transfer of goods or technical advice from donors to recipients, and it is an instrument of policy that has been in international relations. So there are many type of aid program, including it can be military aid, it can be technical assistance, this specialized human resource which support, which give a technical support for the country under uh, um, explanation. It can be grants, it can be commodity import program and the development loans. So foreign aid is the last, I mean the um, another type of foreign policy instrument which serve as economic foreign policy instruments. Military aid, this is probably the oldest type of aid which had been used for uh, buttressing alliances. And in the last century, for example, both France and the United States had spent millions of francs and pounds to strengthen their continental friends or their continental alliances. Thank you.